I know him all,
Okay.
so because I had visited his school.
Okay, so very warm welcome to this teachers training for ICP Recycling Plastic Recycling Olympiad 2025. We will start with a small video, as I mentioned earlier. Just have a look at that and try to understand as much as possible. I'm not muting you from my end, but I expect that you will keep it on mute so that you can hear the thing properly. And later on, if you have a question, you can raise the hand and I'll announce the name. And one by one, you can unmute yourself and then we will solve your queries. Kindly play.
खुद ना लगाया अभी 10 हो
Yeah,
गई
kindly stop that. Kindly stop and go back. Okay. Uh, there are queries. There are queries coming up. Yes, we will. As I told you that we are recording it and we'll share it for all who are not able to join. Don't worry about that. Now I'll explain each and every step to you. You might have understand everything, but it's my duty once again to inform each and every point so that you should not miss even a smaller of the things. Kindly go ahead, please. So the first and the
Sir,
foremost
class
thing,
4 students,
sorry, please.
sir, class 4 students, they are using the pencil. Can they use the black pencils?
Ma'am, I'll come back to you on that. And please allow me to finish the training and then we'll take all your questions, please. If you don't mind, please. Please go on. So yeah, stop it. Stop it. So yes. So the question is why we are even asking the fourth class student to use the black pen. Many of the time they are not habitual of filling up the form properly. When you have a black pen, even if you try to even if you don't push it hard, it blackens the circle properly. While in the pencils, somebody has the HB pencil, somebody has a lighter pencils. So what happens is, even though if you have answered the correct question in a correct manner, but the software doesn't understand that. So that is why the essential part is to fill the OMR sheet with the black pen. I request all the teachers to kindly allow them to fill that exam with the black pen only. If they are not in a habit of that, kindly allow them, at least because you still have 1 month to go, kindly allow them to use it so that they can be they'll be able to use it when the actual OMR sheet come in front of that. So very essential point is that everyone has to fill with the black pen only. Last year, I have faced many of the problem. I had to reject many of the sheets, even though the answers was correct, but the software was not able to read it out. Many of the students where we went there, they told us that no teacher has informed us this thing, that whether we should use pencil or we should use the black pen or we should use the blue pen. Even the senior student I met in many of the schools, they were giving the same excuses. So this time I thought I should emphasize on this and tell you that you should inform them in prior that only and only black pen is required and only black pen will serve the purpose. Otherwise, you might miss a bus, you might miss a chance of coming at the top if your sheet is not readable by the software. So first point and the foremost point is use the black pen. Next, please. Stop, please. So I'll explain this. I'll explain the OMR sheet. This time we have changed a bit now. The first and the biggest column you can see is the student name. And I'll explain it how that everyone has to fill it up. The second point is your mark your answers, which will come at the later stage. Another one is the roll number. These roll numbers are the roll numbers provided by ICPE. Last year, many of the students, many of the teachers were not at all aware of this thing and they filled the random numbers, probably their exam roll numbers or maybe their class roll numbers. If you will do so, it will not match to our database, which has been created through the files which we have uploaded. Every student has been given a unique roll number. So I request everyone, and we have already shared your uh, roll numbers to each and every school. If somebody doesn't have it right now, we have a link posted many a times in the group. Kindly mute yourself, please. Kindly mute yourself, please. Thank you. So the roll number is provided by ICP has to be filled. Then comes the school code. Once again, the school code is provided by ICP to all the schools. So you have to understand that if you will not fill the school code or you will not fill it properly, we will not be able to recognize which student is from the which school. As this time there are more than 600 school participating in that. Kavita ma'am, can you kindly switch off your mic, please? After that, class is very important, and along with that, the question set is very important. Make sure it should not mismatch because there are three categories. So the class and the question set has to match. There are three different categories, as you all are aware, and you have given the names accordingly. So you have to fill the class properly, you have to fill the question set properly. And of course, at the end, you have to fill the gender properly. Next, please. It's very important to fill the name properly. It has to be in the capital letters, and one box should have one alphabet only. And that to be, once again, a black pen. Next. As you can see on the screen, the name is getting filled. Of course, it has the animation. It won't happen when you do it manually. Kindly pause here. So one alphabet in the one box, and while writing the surname, you have to leave one space blank and you have to circle it absolutely properly as the alphabet you have mentioned above. Let's say if you have a very big name, it's a rarest of rare case, but at least write your first name so that we can recognize you. Okay, next please. Stop here. Now, this is a very important and valid point to emphasis on because most of the time, uh, the teachers are saying that it's not this thing, it's zero, but this is actually IRO. It's not zero, and 25 is the year code. IRO stands for ICPE Recycling Olympiad, and 25 is the year code. So it has to be mentioned absolutely correctly. And the last three digits will be your school code. Most of the time, what happens is in a hurry or at the end, the students try to fill up the school ID and just fill up the last three codes. In that way, the software will not recognize. And once again, the sheet will become invalid. No matter you might have given the correct answers. Next, please. It's already allowed. Hold on. So this is one of the example I have given, that if your school code is IRO 25105, then how to fill it up. Next, please. Stop. So as you can see that in the boxes, you have to write with the black pen IRO 25, and the last three digit is your school code. As you can see that there are no numbers right below the IRO25. So it has to be circled with the black pen properly. And then the numbers, that is 105. So you have to circle 1 for 1, 0 for 0, and 5 for 5. So if you will fill it up in this way, the software will recognize it immediately from which school it is. Please do not leave it blank, or just simply do not write the last three digits. Next, please. So now comes the very important part, that is the roll number, which is provided by ICPE. We have given one instance, that is 100719. How to fill it up? Just pause here. So as you can see that if some student has a roll number 100719. So of course you have to write a number properly in the box, and you have to circle it the same number right below that. Let's say the example which I have not taken in that, but I'll tell you manually. Let's say the number start with a 0. Let's say the roll number is 000820. In that case, you have to write all the zeros in front. Please, please, please do not ignore these zeros. Otherwise, your roll number won't be recognized. So you have to write 3 zeros in front, then you have to write 8 and then 2, then 0. Or if I take the same number example in this case, if there is not 1 in front of that, maybe it's 0. So it would be 000719, and you have to circle 3 zeros and then 7 and then 1 and then 9. So that's how the roll numbers has to be filled. And I request all the teachers to kindly share the roll numbers prior to the exam, so that everyone should know their roll numbers. It happened last time that students were not at all aware about their roll numbers. Please share with them, inform them their roll numbers. Next, please. Then, as I mentioned to you earlier, this is a very important part to fill the correct class. I have taken one example of 7th class. Why I have taken that, I'll come to that. Just stop that. So I have taken a 7th class. I know that there is nothing in front. Once again, a 0. So student has to fill 0 in the circle, and he or she has to write 0 before 7. So in that way, the software read it absolute clearly that this student belongs to the 7th class. Next, please. Stop here. This is a very important part. I would like to focus on that. I want you to kindly concentrate on this. There are 3 sets, set A, set B, set C. Class 4 to class 7 is for set A. Set B will be for class 8 to 10, and set C would be for 11th and 12th. I know that many of the schools have not sent us their senior classes names, maybe due to various reasons, but many of the schools have given in a very bulk way. So kindly share the question set according to their classes. Please do not jumbled up or mix up with that. Class 4 to 7th is set A, class 8 to 10 is set B, class 11th and 12th for set C. It would also be written on the question paper first page. So kindly check, and only then that given to them. Next, please. So along with filling up your class, it is very essential to fill the correct set name also. As it is shown in the figure, if a student from class 4 to 7th, they have to fill A in the box and they have to circle A. Class 8 to 10, they have to circle B and also write B. And for senior students C, that is 11 and 12, they have to circle as well as they have to write. I hope I am clear till now. Next, please. Gender, I suppose you all know that it is necessary because while announcing the results, we should know that it's a boy or a girl. Many of the schools have already given their name with their prefaces, but many of the schools have not given. So we still want to know that, because many of the time the names are very confusing. Sometimes the same name can appear for a male as well as for a female. So we need to understand that if there is a boy or a girl who is giving this exam, and that's how you can fill it up. The boys will fill the male and the girls will fill up the female. Next, please. So after filling the data, you can start answering the question by properly circling them. Kindly pause here. So I request all the schools to kindly allow students to sit in the exam room 15 minutes prior to the exam. Share the OMR sheets with them and ask them to fill all the detail except the answers. Once they are done with that, on dotted time, you can share the question papers, as you people are much more experienced than me to conduct many of the exams. You guys are conducting these. I mean, you might have done it thousands of times, but sometimes, because I visited many of the schools last year also, somewhere the question papers were not available, somewhere the sets were jumbled up, somewhere the students were not at all aware what to do, and all that stuff. So I request you to call them 15 minutes prior, give them the OMR sheet, let them fill it in a proper way, and then give the question papers, and exactly 1 hour you can give it to them to answer the question papers. Next, please. I understand that few teachers are writing some question. I'll take all your queries after that. This is one of the example we have shown in the picture. Stop that. This is the right way to circle, which is there in the with the green tick. You have to circle within the red circle and you should not overexpose it. You should not create a small dot. You should not write a question tick or cross or half filled circle. Even though your answer is correct, then it would not be possible for a software to read. Don't worry, ma'am. I have already announced you might have joined later. This recording will be shared in the group and then you can share it with your students. Don't worry. I'll come to your student part also after that. Kindly play this. So if you will fill the circle incorrectly or overfill it, then your answer would be invalid and you might miss a marks for that. So I request the students to fill it up properly. We will dispatch, we will be dispatching your question paper. Kindly pause here. The small number of students wherever in whichever school are very less, it would be a smaller packet. Wherever the number of students are more, there will be a huge packet. In that packet, there would be OMR sheets. Separately, there would be question paper with different kind of sets. It would be separately, and also an attendance sheet will be inserted inside it with all the roll numbers which you have mentioned, the names which you have given, the roll numbers are mentioned. Every student has to sign that, whosoever are appearing for the exam. You might have a name which are double. You might have given it wrongly and we have not deleted that because there is highly possibility that a same name student can appear in a same class in a same section. So if you find that there are students who are with the same name and there are two different roll numbers, ask the student to choose one roll number, sign it in front and write the duplicate in front of that. Okay. Secondly, we have also given your self-address uh, paper also with you, an envelope with inside it. So when the exam is over, you can give away the question paper to the students, but the OMR sheet has to be kept it properly in a plastic bag, whatever we have given it to you. Kindly keep it straight. Please do not fold it and courier us back so that we can receive it properly and we can scan it properly. The exam dates are 22nd and 23rd of August. The last date of receiving your OMR sheet would be 20th September. So I request you to kindly send us as soon as possible so that it should reach us by 20th of September. Sheets reaching after 20th September would not be considered and hence your student will be automatically eliminated. I hope I'm clear till then now. Next, please. Thank you very much for this training, but now is the very important part, which is the date of the exam. I'll come to your questions, ma'am. Just allow me a moment to tell you a very important part. We have kept another webinar on 26th of July, but this time it would be for your students because we want them to succeed in this Olympiad. But to participate in that, we have create a registration form where you can see a scan code on the left-hand side of your screen. It will be on 26th of July, Saturday once again. It would be once again on 12:30 to 1:30. Once again on MS Team, and I'll be taking that. But this time, we will not only tell them how to give the exam. We will teach them also how to succeed in this Olympiad. That will take away the burden from the teachers. Many of the parents, many of the students, many of the teacher asked us, sir, where to read all those things. However, we have created a dedicated website. We have uploaded many of the website books that would be free of cost. But still, many of the students are still juggling in their mind that how to succeed in this Olympiad. So I'm going to take that session and I hope your student will succeed in this. Just play that. We'll shortly share this barcode with you. This scan code, when you scan that, one Google form will open. Every student who will register with us will be sent a link. And those students who would have the link only be able to join this webinar. The date is 26th of July, 12:30 to 1:30 on MS Teams, and I'll be taking that. We'll share this scan code with them. Kindly ask them to join us on that day and get a nag of that, how to succeed in this. Next, please. I hope I have covered almost everything. Thank you so much for joining us in this training. And now this is a question answer session. Kindly unshare your screen now, please. Neha, kindly help her out. Okay, thank you. I'll come to now. You can open your cameras, so that I can see you. Will you share this video? I'll coming to the question which has been mentioned in the chat box. I'll take it. Is it possible to add any more student which is not in the list? As I mentioned to you, you can send me the names. I'll generate a roll numbers and give it to you. But as the things in already in transit, and I have I have, however, given some few extra sheet also to you. But what the best you can do is you can share the question papers with them and take a Xerox copy of that OMR sheet and ask them to fill it in a way which we have just showed it to you and send it back to us so that it can be taken in the things. Okay. The next question is will you share the video in this group again? Yes, of course. The recording will be shared with you and you can once again share it with your students also. Okay, the same name mentioned in the list. I request you to please possible share. Yes, we will share. What is the date of exam? Okay. So while registering, you have mentioned the date. We have given you two options. Either it's 22nd of August or 23rd. So whichever date you have chosen, you can choose any of the date. And while taking the exam, they have to mention the date on which day they have done that. One or two school has been exceptionally, their principal has called me because of their some exam or some other thing. I have allowed them to give the exam after that or one day in prior. Okay, the next question is in case there are students with the same name, then where to write the duplicate? Okay, the attendance sheet which we have, which we are sending to you, which we have already uploaded also on the website. Well, if you download or if you go through it, there are name written, there are class written, there are section written, and there are roll numbers written. So let's say there is a boy called Ramesh, right, whose name has been given twice. And there are two separate roll number, maybe 201 and 202. So Ramesh can write give the signature in front of 201. And if he is the same Ramesh, then in 202, he can write the duplicate. So in that way, we will eliminate that 202 and we will only consider 201 for Ramesh. Can you share the study material for the student? It's been uploaded for the last 6 months, ma'am. If you want, I can just share once again with you. Just allow me a moment. I'll just share a link here. And you can simply ask them to study from there. Just allow me a moment. I'm just sharing with you. I've shared the link of a website where they have to click on study material, and the study material is available for all the three sections, A, B, and C. Yes, we got this label right. Okay, thank you. Yes, now if you have any other further question, whatever it was there in the chat box, I answered that. If you have any further question, kindly raise your hand and I'll take all your queries one by one, please. Okay, the next question comes is, just a second. If a student is absent on the day of exam due to some emergency, then in attendance sheet, we will write absent. Absolutely right. Should we return the OMR sheet back to ICP? Either way, this is the one way you can send us back. Or let's say if you have any other student where the name was not written, right? So you can use that OMR sheet for that. On 26 July, can webinar time be 3 to 4 as the student will be in school at 12:30 to 1:30? Ma'am, it's very difficult to conduct it individually because many of the schools are having, they agree to this time because of the Saturday. If they are in a school, I request the school to kindly register and allow them to sit in a auditorium kind of a thing or a classrooms where you can broadcast my webinar so that they get benefit from that. And that's for Rajasthan. Yes, please.
Yes, sir. I have a query. For suppose there is a case, student is a new admission, and on the day of the exam, I don't have the name of the student on the list. So can I add the name manually and provide the child OMR so that even that child can also attempt?
Ma'am, then how would you get the roll number?
This is
Spontaneously,
the solution I'm asking.
I cannot create it. That's what I'm saying. Till
We won't have
31st
the
July, till 31st July, if you have a
so
new admission,
right exactly if something like that happens, so in that case the child won't attempt the exam.
no, I'm saying that, ma'am. I think it's a very rare possibility that if the exam is on 22nd August and the student join actually on 21st of August or
There are
22nd
children
August.
who join the school even in the month of July, or there are rare cases when they join in the month of August as well. So if we have a case in that case, so the child won't attempt the exam, or if there is a solution for that.
Solution is only that then you have to connect with me and immediately give me the number. Then I have to rush it and then create it for you because I do not want any child to, get it spared for this. If he
Everybody
or
should
she is
attempt.
willing to give, if he or she is willing to give the exam, we'll be happy to take it, ma'am, as much as
Mhm.
possible. But the only thing you have to do is then you have to, you have to give the Xerox copy of the OMR sheet, that to be very
We need
neat and clean so that
to- Yes.
the software can read it properly, and you have to share the question paper along with them.
Right, right. In that case, means there is a possibility. Now we can provide the OMR and question paper, and the child
But
may
prior,
attempt.
but prior to that, you have to connect with me to get the roll
Sure.
number.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. What's your question, please? Okay. Now, what's the question? On that due to emergency, please repeat again the question. Okay, if the student is absent, then you can write absent. That's it. You cannot give that question paper and then ask them to come the next day and do the exam. No. If the student is absent, you have to write absent. That's it. If any name correction is required, okay, then can it be done itself in the attendance sheet manually by striking the name with red or blue? Absolutely, you have to do it, ma'am, because it's not possible now for us to do it because the your exam papers and everything is in the transit. I have already shared the study material link, so you can check it out. Just go above the, yeah, this is the link, correct. Kindly send the link of the material so that they can start from today. I have already shared it, ma'am. Or sir, I have already shared it. If you want, I can once again share it with you. Any other questions? And kindly lower your hand if you are done with your questions, please. If the child is not having the black ball pen that day, can they attempt the exam with the blue pen? See, I don't mind you giving it. Then my software won't recognize it. He might have given all the correct answers. And I think this is a very lame excuse. I would say that. I'm sorry to use my language, but see, anyone can buy a 1 rupee, 2 rupees black pen, and I request the schools they can have at least a black pen in a one class. The duration of the exam is 1 hour. Any other questions? That's what I'm saying, that I have deliberately kept this meeting or a webinar or a training 1 month in prior so that no stone should be unturned at that on the day of the exam. If somebody doesn't have that black pen, they can buy it. You can provide it, or they can do it. I mean, we should not say that, मैडम मेरे पास काला वाला पेन नहीं है तो आज मैं एग्जाम नहीं दूंगा. Okay, if a child has made a mistake in shading part, what can be done in that case? Nothing. Because once you overwrite it, your answer will be automatically eliminated, no matter it might have the right answer. So they have to fill it very, very very correctly. We have only asked 50 questions and we have given you 1 hour time just because we have practiced it with the different kind of students of class 4, class 5, class 10, class 12. And we understood that it's not, it should not take more than half an hour to complete it. Yet we have given you the 1 hour and it's a MCQ type. There are 4 answers. The question is there. There are 4 answers. You have to read it very carefully. You have to be very clear in your mind which option you are going to fill. And simply you can do that. And as we are sharing with, we are doing the webinar for the students also. So we will guide them how to succeed in this exam. Any other questions, please? Yeah, the same thing. Can we get a sample OMR sheet so as to take prior practice? Oh, yeah, we have already sent it to you. You can show it to them. But as there are 2000 students in one school, I cannot send you 2000 extra sheets for that. So do we have to take video when we open question paper? Yes, I was about to come that. Because we have sent you in prior, I do not want you to open it before 15th of August. Because the exam is still 1 week away. You have to go to your principal room. It has to be open in front of the principal. The video has to be created and it has to be uploaded in the group itself. This is a normal practice of any OMR exams, if any Olympiad exams. Any other questions? Please do not write anything in the group or Neha, kindly share the link in the group also. Any other questions? Any doubts? You can open your cameras also and you can open your mic and ask the question also instead of writing. As I can see only one screen at a time and I'm not able to recognize who people are there or not. Thank you. Thanks to all of you for joining. I hope I could give you the correct insights about the exam. And okay, some students are reporting that they are unable to open the study material link on their mobile phone. It shows a site is not reachable. I think that's for only those students who are not in the network because it's absolutely opening correctly and they are able to study it out. Okay. How will we getting exam results? Yes, the exam results will be displayed through our website. Same website where that is www.icpe.in. And it will be somewhere around no, October or November. Can you repeat the opening of OMR sheet process? Surely so, ma'am. So you will receive a sealed packet. Either it would be a smaller if the number of students are less. If the student number of students are more, it would be a big box. If the student are moderate, then it would be a small box. So while opening, you have to take that box into your principal room or vice principal room. One teacher has to cut it open very carefully because it has the question paper and the OMR sheet. You should not cut it unintentionally, your OMR sheets or your question papers. So cut it very carefully and make a video of that and kindly upload in the Olympiad group by mentioning your name as a teacher and your school code and your school name, please. So this is a procedure every teacher has to follow. Any other questions? Any doubts? Any questions? Anything else you want to know?
Sir,
Yes,
excuse
please.
So you told us about the process of opening the OEMR. How many days prior do we open?
Not before 15th of August, ma'am. 15th of
Okay.
August is a Friday. I request you to kindly open on 18th so that you should understand how many sets are available, how to distribute it. But I request you, please do not share the question paper with your students. And
Thank
one thing I also want to understand, tell you that even if you Google it, you won't get the correct answers. Last time, a very funny incident happened. I don't want to name the school, but I went to the school for doing the invigilation, and one student was, very quickly circling everything, and I said, "Wow, you know all the answers." He said, "Yeah, I'm aware of all the answers." I said, "How come?" Even I would take some time to, understand the question and write it out. He said, "No, मैम ने रात को ही मुझे PDF भेज दिया था answers का." So that was a funny thing happened. So even though if you try to do so, it's somehow you have to apply your brain to, or you have to attend our webinars, or allow us to do the awareness with them. Only then they will be able to understand what would be the correct answer. Now, coming to the last point, we are trying with our small team to reach out to you as many places as possible on the day of the exam, whichever mentioned to you. Few of my officers or my associate members will reach you in the school and invigilate. They will not conduct the exam. The exam has to be conducted by you only, but they will invigilate that. Once the exam is over, kindly collect all the OMR sheets. Question paper can be given to the students. OMR sheet, you should not fold it. You would always have a self-addressed envelope. Kindly put it in a plastic sheet, wrap it properly, and send it back to us through courier. And the last date to receive your OMR sheet would be 20th of September, not later than that. So if there are no further question, or I would once again wait for another 3-4 minutes. If you have any doubt coming up in your mind, if you want to ask anything else, you can definitely ask me, and I will love to answer your queries. Any other teacher, any other, and we will share the registration link in the group along with this video also. Kindly ask your student to register, because only the registered student will receive the link to join. Those schools who are working on that day, kindly allow them to join from your classes. Kindly register your school for that. That training would be very essential for the student, not only how to conduct the exam, how to give the exam, but how to get success in that. So we are going to teach them many important points. So kindly allow them to join us. Kindly spare 1 hour for them and allow them to connect with us. Any further questions?
So
Good
suppose if
afternoon.
we have registered on Friday and I'm sorry, on Saturday, and if this Saturday we heard that there are some Prathmik exams, Hindi exams over here in Chennai. So
Okay.
like, can we take the test on Friday itself?
You're talking about 23rd of August?
Yeah, 23rd of
Yeah,
August.
I've given you 2 dates, 22nd and 23rd, whichever
Any
date is
days, right?
convenient. Yeah,
Okay.
whichever date is convenient to you, it's okay with us. But whichever date you have mentioned to us, kindly stick on those days, because if my invigilators are coming to you, they should know that the exam is going on.
Okay.
If you are
Right. Like,
changing the date, whichever you have mentioned while registering, please mention to us in prior so that my invigilator can come to you and invigilate the exam.
Yeah, okay, sure.
Okay, if there are no further questions, I'm stopping the recording for now. And thank you so very much for joining us. And I hope we have cleared all your doubts.